It's just myself. Please remain standing for the flag salute, the national anthem, and our alma mater. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated.
Good morning. My name is Catherine, and thank you for the honor of speaking here today. Like all stories, ours begin with once upon a time. 4 very simple words that serve as the key to unlocking worlds of experiences and memories. Every one of us sitting here under the July sun, or clouds, have our own stories to share, the stories of our lives. Once upon a time, we entered schools, sat at desks with laminated name tags, and shared our favorite colors. Once upon a time, we had our first conversations with the people who became our mentors, our classmates, our friends. Now, so many years later, here we are. We entered the high school with dreams and aspirations and the feeling of uncertainty over who we truly are. We leave with a better understanding of the indescribable beauties and anxieties in our society, the disconnect between theory and practice. We leave with better eyesight into our communities and souls, with better hearing to understand the nuances between cultures and individuals, with better voices to advocate for what is right. Here we are, about to step foot into a world very different from the ones we are used to, one we have only caught glimpses of from the sidelines. We begin again. And yes, we have more questions now about this grander world. We can see more gray areas than when we first entered high school. But we're not going to leave these gaps unbridged, these wounds unattended. We have the future in our hands. We may just be young adults, but look how far we've come in our time at Chatham. We have overcome lab practicals and hurricanes, stressful all-nighters and snowstorms, post-lunch hallway sprints, and a global pandemic. And along the way, we've taken thousands of mental snapshots of all things large and small. Milestones like driving for the first time, and moments like dancing with friends at homecoming. Each and every one of us has the power to venture out and make our mark on the world. We have the ability, we have the right to search for freedom, for truth, for happiness onto ourselves and our society. We may define these values differently, may act upon them differently, and inevitably, our ideas will change as time goes by. From now on, we may pursue our respective destinies alone, but we shall never be lonely. What we've learned here, what we've experienced so far, shows us the value of diverse opinions and multiple perspectives. And as we walk down the path of life to college, to the workforce, to every accomplishment and setback, I am sure we will be much more well-rounded, citizens with our niches in this world. We are on the brink of a new dawn, a new age, where we can see and we can act, where we play our roles in creating a brighter future that outlasts memory itself. But no one else will come forth with fanfare to announce this. We will be the ones to struggle and fight for it, and emerge at the end to proudly exclaim, "Look at us. Look how far we've come. Look at what we've done." And maybe, many years from now, when we found our definitions of freedom and success and happiness, when we have come to understand who we truly are, we can look back at our place here, our time now, and be grateful as we reminisce. Grateful for our teachers and all those who have taught us. Grateful for our classmates and friends, our supporters and our advocates, our families of the blood, and our families of the heart. Grateful for all of the challenges we've overcome and all the lessons we've learned. Our triumphs, Chatham's class of 2020, will endure and go down in history. And when we tell our story, we can smile and begin with "Once upon a time." Thank you.
Each year, the senior class votes for a staff member to be recognized for the Distinguished Teacher Award. This year's recipient is someone who has a passion for teaching, loves her students, and enjoys working with kids outside of the classroom. Her passion and enjoyment for teaching is evident each time you pass her room or see her working with students. This year's Distinguished Teacher plaque reads, "The Distinguished Teacher Award is presented by the graduating class of 2020 with sincere appreciation for bringing us together even when we're apart and reminding us how much we have to celebrate. #WeAreCHS 2020. The senior class has selected Ms. Laura Sherbo. That's it? No, you're good. I would like to begin our recognition of the Chatham High School 2020 Senior Scholarship recipients by presenting our Principal's Cup to our valedictorian, Catherine Wang. And our salutatorian, Veronica Robin Quidor. Mr. Walker will continue announcing our scholarships and the recipients. I ask that each recipient stand at their chair for 3 seconds to be recognized, and I ask that our guests hold their applause until the last scholarship is announced, when all recipients can be recognized as a group.
Chatham High School 2020 Senior Scholarship recipients. Principal's Cup valedictorian, Catherine Wang. Salutatorian, Robin Quidor. Susan G. Bronstein Memorial World Language Scholarship, Maura McGill Horan. Chatham High School Athletic Boosters Most Accomplished Athlete Scholarships, Alexandra Crotchet Franz. Chatham High School Athletic Boosters Harvey Cohen Scholarship, Catherine Elizabeth Crowley. Chatham Community Players Lee E. Nordholm Scholarship, Lily Laura Catherine Bauer. Christine K. Grobert Chatham Emergency Squad Scholarship, Rachel London Corey. Chatham High School PTO Scholarships, Henry Dennis Gallagher, Erica Azuka, Emily Lamb. Chatham Historical Society Margaret Keisler Scholarship, Lily Laura Catherine Bauer. Chatham High School PTO Scholarships, Catherine Wang. Chatham Performing Arts Booster Scholarships, Choral Scholarship, Emily Lamb. Orchestra Scholarship, Claire Elizabeth Hoffines. Multiple Discipline Scholarships, Nathaniel Eck and Ronan Green. Chatham Rotary Scholarship, Ian Philip Kagan, Benjamin Michael Krill. Beth Kuhn Clark Scholarship, Maura McGill Horan. Greater Lafayette Classic Service Scholarships, Tamer Farid, Kelly Griner. Vivian K. Hill School District of the Chathams County College of Morris Scholarships, John Hopkins. Austin O. Huey Scholarships of the Community Foundation of New Jersey, Ella Catherine Dury, Kelly Griner. Patricia Jones Scholarship, Cameron Reed Bresnahan. Jamie Panair Scholarship, Alexandra Franz. Edward Joseph E.J. Schmeltz Scholarship, Anisha Gosh. Jane and Ken Scroll Scholarship, Layla Clark. Louis R. Sheets Scholarships, Emily Lauren Brown, Zoe Joy Horowitz, Kyle Hunter Kohler. Stephen Yohe Scholarships, Rachel London Corey. Edward Joseph E.J. Schmeltz Scholarship, Veronica Kedor. Congratulations to all of our scholarship recipients.
Good morning. Today is a special day for Chatham High School, our seniors, and their families. Although we're not participating in our typical commencement exercises, I do not want this modified graduation ceremony to overshadow what our seniors have accomplished during their time at Chatham High School and in the district. When I talk to the seniors from this stage each year, I often try to remind them of where they were 12 years ago when they started their formal schooling. 12 years may not seem like a very long time, but when you think about the fact that nearly 66% of our seniors' lives have been spent in school, what happens during that time is crucial. In each grade, we talk about the importance of learning new material, but we also talk about the importance of each student having a full experience. What we mean by this is that each student experiences building relationships with classmates, learns how to get along with new people that they may not have known well before, tries new things such as after-school enrichment opportunities, or even just learns how to work with a new teacher. All of these things are necessary to provide each student with the growth and development needed to navigate the next school year and be able to interact appropriately outside of the school setting. Seniors, after tonight, when you're thinking about your experiences in school, go back and think about each grade. Think about the good memories and think about the things that made you happy. Think about the friends that you've met and think about the great experiences you've had and will remember for the rest of your life. These things are good, and they'll be the stories that you tell your children and grandchildren. They'll also be the stories you reminisce about when you come together for your reunions. Now, we know that not all experiences have been great, so you should also take time and think about some of the different challenges you faced. Those challenges are going to look different from each of you, but some of those skills you relied on to be able to work through those challenges will look similar. The greatest outcome from those challenges you faced along the way was that you learned from them and they made you better and stronger moving forward. I think it's fair to say that March 13th, 2020 will be a day that you'll remember forever. It's the last day you were in the high school as a class, and it was the first day that changed what spring would look like. No one could have foreseen what was to come next, and all of the year-end events and traditions you would not be able to experience. I want to bring this to light because it had such a tremendous impact on each of you and us all. But more importantly, I want to commend you for how you dealt with this prolonged situation of uncertainty, of not knowing if you'd be back in school or if you'll be together as classmates one more time. This could not have been easy. In 1986, author Micah Fulgham wrote a book titled All I Really Needed to Know I Learned in Kindergarten. The first essay of the volume, which had the same title as the book, lists lessons normally learned in kindergarten classrooms and explains how the world would be improved if adults adhered to the same basic rules as children: sharing, being kind to one another, cleaning up after themselves, and living a balanced life of work, play, and learning. Towards the end of the essay, Fulgham writes, "Take any of these items and extrapolate it into sophisticated adult terms and apply it to your family life or your work or your government or your world, and it holds true and clear and firm." As you think about what has been so great over the last 12 years and also what has been challenging, think about how what you had experienced each year in school prepared you for what was to come next. Think about how the basic lessons you learned way back in kindergarten helped you navigate your way as you got older. When you think about how unfair the end of your senior year felt, consider how, in some way, shape, or form, it is preparing you for something that may lie ahead. You have all done a tremendous job dealing with this unprecedented situation, and you have proven individually and collectively that the class of 2020 can rise above any challenge that may come your way. There is tremendous value that can be found in reflecting on where your journey began, the process along the way, and the experiences that prepared you for what may lie ahead. Find some time to reflect and be proud of what you've all accomplished. Things will get better. Best of luck to each of you. Dr. Losusa, I present to you the class of 2020.
Thank you, Mr. Groh. Good morning, everyone. Welcome, parents and family members. Special thank you to all of you for being here. Special thank you to the faculty members, and of course, a big shout out to all the students seated in front of me. I'm just going to be honest with you. The last 4 months were probably the worst of my life. So if you happen to feel that way, you're not alone. And I think there are 3 ways to think about the experience that we've all been having. The first way is that I kind of feel sorry for myself. I had registered to run a couple of races that were canceled. I bought tickets to see Pearl Jam in September in Asbury Park, canceled. I've been going bananas in my house with my children on remote learning and trying to work, and my wife working, and it's been, of course, difficult. So I feel like I've missed out on a lot. That's one way to look at it. Second way to look at it is that I feel so grateful that if these have been the toughest 4 months of my life, how fortunate I am when I think about some of the 4 months that other people have had. Or not even the 4 months related to anything regarding the virus and the state of our country and so on, but just that some folks have a difficult stretch their whole lives. Their whole lives are spent in difficult straits, incredible challenges, things that I can't even really imagine or contemplate. So I feel grateful on that score. And then the final way to look at it is my small-minded way of trying to say what Catherine and Mr. Gross said so eloquently, which is that I really believe in a core principle of my heart that turmoil and struggle and facing adversity often leads to something better. When I look out at you today, I'm not sad, I'm optimistic. I see an intersection of adversity on a personal level and then turmoil and struggle that we've faced nationally and even globally recently. And I see a better day down the road. You might not be thinking about that. You might be thinking about what your plans are in the fall because your colleges are up in the air. You might be thinking about the jobs that you're pursuing. You might be, some of you, thinking about a military or other experience. And there's tons of uncertainty. And uncertainty makes us feel uncomfortable. A month ago, I didn't think this ceremony would be possible. Last night, I was checking the weather obsessively and texting Mr. Groh. Here we are, though. It's not 95 degrees. No one's passing out because of the heat. We're going to get it done. It's kind of like a metaphor for what's going to happen with you over the course of the next couple of years. Things are going to get better. You're going to grow from the experiences you've had. And at the end of the day, all of us will emerge better, in large part because of the contributions that you all are going to make to our world. So I thank you in advance. And with that, I will tell you that given the authority of the state of New Jersey and the Board of Education of the School District of the Chathams, I hereby certify the class of 2020. Congratulations.
Catherine Wang. Veronica Robin Quidor. Nishika Agarwal. Jacqueline Alicia Ahrens. Samuel Owen Alterman. Melaine Rose Andrzejczyk. Jack Henry Arnock. Miller Ashton. Aiden Matthew Auer. Aiden Babovich. Jacob Badian. Matthew James Barnes. Sean Patrick Barry. Luca Batlin. Julia Lee Badiato. Lily Laura Catherine Bauer. Jeremiah John Becerra. James Hunter Berman. Andrew Ryan Bergman. Allison Nicole Bertaldo. Amari Bala. Ethan Bitar. Krishna Bliss. Virginia Lee Bowles. Akshay Bose. Liliana Boudreau. Connor William Breen. Cameron Reed Bresnahan. Emily Lauren Brown. Aiden Christopher Gerald Buckley. Elizabeth Maria Caracciolo. Joseph Carrillo IV.
Yeah, Bert. Yeah, Bert.
Nolan John Carney. Amanda Carroll. Gabriella Elise Cataldo. Michael Christopher Chavez Bish. Zach Chin. Aiden Robert Christie. Colton James Christie. Dean Michael Ciccarelli. Layla Hope Clark. Ethan Jung Clymer. Haley Morgan Coates. Caitlin Adelina Calabraro. Patrick Robert Conti. Scott Mansfield Cook. Ryan Wells Coughlin. Richard Peter Coviello. Drew Elizabeth Coxon. Caroline Cree. Catherine Elizabeth Crowley. Michael James Culleton. Charles Vincent Cuneo. Gabriella Melissa Cutlip. Anya Maria DaCosta. Jackson Mark DaCosta. Nicholas Shaheta da Silva. Ryan John Daly. Aiden Sheehan Davenport. Aiden Scott Decker. Samuel Walter Dennerline. Thomas William DePinto. Jane Elizabeth DeMarais. Elizabeth Diplis. Capria Shea DeVito. Shannon Colette Donahoe. Sophia Lynn Dorego. Emma Dowling. Miles Liam Downey. Haley Katarina Sahara Doyle. Ryan Drum. Luke Joshua Duplessis. Ella Catherine Durie. Nathaniel Lawrence Eck. Griffin Sean Eckert. Maxwell Reese Eccles.
Yeah, Eccles!
William Robert Ewald. Tamer Fareed. Luke Stephen Feckety. Richard James Ferrara. Killian Fisher. Matthew John Fortuna. Reagan Delory Fox. Charles Ryan Foy. Alexandra Crockett Franz. Emma Marie Frohnapple. Jorge Luis Fuentes. Amanda Reed Gallup. Anisha Ghosh. Alec Amon Geronda. Matthew Stephen Goldstein. Amy Lauren Grant. Ronan Donovan Green. Kelly Griner. Matthew Charles Grasso. Marwa Gwemi. Elvin Dimith Gunadasa. Vani Gupta. Luke Spencer Hale. Aiden Michael Hallerman.
Yeah.
Peter Hahn. Ethan Anthony Hargrove. Haley Elizabeth Harkins. Madeline Judith Hartnett. Ella Catherine Healy. Margot Ann Hearn. Charles Thomas Higgins. Natalie Rose Higgins. William Davis High. Daniel Kenneth Hoffman. Grace Amalia Hoffhines. Liam Michael Holland. Kyle Holmes. Jonathan Eric Hopkins. Maura McGill Haran. Zoe Joy Horowitz. Peter James Hughes. Margaret Lynn Highland. Erica Izuka. Monica Izuka. Zoe Bella Irizo. Nyla Hussein Ismail. Eric Alexander Ivers. Megan Angelina Johnston. Charlotte Amy Jones. Ian Philip Kagan. Nicholas Kaisan. Penelope Elizabeth Cass. Daniel Kehoe.
Thank you.
Quinn Patrick Kelly.
Very good.
Amr Sohel Khan. Caroline Hope Kiernan. Kyle Hunter Kohler. Donovan James Colker. Rachel London Corey. Taylor Kraus. Kyle Edward Kressler. Benjamin Michael Krill. Ryan Patrick Krill. Marlon Kripzak. Vedant Kadolkar. Sahana Kumar. Emily Marie Lamb. Grace Marie Lambrianakos. James Patrick Lapis. Ethan Clark Leininger. Nicolas Leon Gonzalez. Sean Patrick Leonard. Julia Marie Leroy. Edward Henry Luskowskis, Jr. Vincent Liu. Nicholas Thomas Locke. We'd also like to recognize those graduates who were unable to attend today's ceremony. Lisa Evelina Erickson. Kevin De Silva Ferreira. Isabella Vanessa Fiddler. Henry Gallagher. Stephen James Garcia. Claire Elizabeth Hoffhines. Eugene Lim. Thank you.
Good afternoon, good morning, graduates. You didn't actually think you were going to get out the door without hearing from a parent, right? That's adorable if you thought that. I have one privilege as Board of Ed President, and that's to confirm the graduates. this is pretty much the only perk of this volunteer job, so I thank you for letting me do that. The good news is you're about 60 seconds from that door, so if you just bear with me. I had 3 sons that sat in that chair, and every time I see you guys out there, it brings tears to my eyes. I know you don't know this right now, but you are so well prepared for what's coming next. I know you think it's the norm, what you've accomplished. It's not. In about 8 weeks, you're going to be with a lot people from different parts of the country, and you're going to realize how well prepared you are. You may have heard the saying, success is when preparation meets opportunity. Well, you have the preparation part down. Come the fall, you're going to be exposed to opportunities beyond your wildest imagination, and I encourage you to take advantage of every one that is right for you. And I just want to stress the one that's right for you. Don't worry about what your roommate or hallmate are doing, or your sorority sisters or your frat guys. Take advantage of which opportunities are perfect fit for you. Don't worry about them. Remember your motto, remember our hashtag. We are Chatham. You take the lead. Let them get in line behind you. So it again is my privilege, my pleasure to confirm the class of 2020. If you wouldn't mind standing. And move your tassels from the right to left. And if everybody would congratulate me, congratulating the class of 2020. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations, class of 2020. At this time, we're going to start with row G and H to recess out of the stadium for the next session. Congratulations.